Well, ho, 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 wise guys and gals, and welcome to another special edition of the Wise Eats podcast. I'm former fat guy, certified fitness coach, and Santa's helper, Wes Wise, and I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. It's one of my very favorite times of the year, of course. There's snow on the ground. I would prefer it to be sunny and warm, but that's cool. We'll roll with the snow for now. I got up real early this morning, got Walter out of bed. We went for a fasted walk. It's one of my very favorite things to do these days. My wife and I just got a treadmill for the cold weather, and I've hit a fasted walk every single day since we got it, and it's been amazing. It's super good for fat loss, but anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Christmas. I'm just super blessed, and I'm so thankful every day to wake up with the amazing energy that I have. I'm 37 years old and going strong, getting better every single day, and that's a gift that I want to share with all of you. I mean, it's got me thinking about back, 11 years ago when I was 90 pounds overweight and just no passion, waking up every day, hitting the snooze over and over again, just having no fire in my life. And that's all changed now because of a healthy diet, consistent exercise. I just wake up every day ready to attack my goals, ready to be a good influence on other people, ready to record the Wise Eats podcast and try to inspire millions of people out there. Right now it's like 50, but hey, we're getting there. We'll be there one day. But anyway, it's a special time. It's Christmas, one of my favorite times of the year, and we actually just celebrated 2-year anniversary of the podcast, which is crazy. We're 36 episodes deep now, 2 years. It's amazing how time is flying. And speaking of time flying, we're only 15 weeks away from baby Wise being born, which is it's an incredible feeling. We're so excited to be parents. I never thought I would be excited to be a parent, to be honest with you, but hey, it's coming, so we better get excited about it. But anyway, baby Wise is approximately 1.5 pounds right now. She's the size of an eggplant. We're 25 weeks deep into the pregnancy, and it looks like we got 15 weeks to go. She's due in late March, early April. Just had her checked out the other day. Baby's doing good. Mom is doing good, and everything is great on that end. So happy to give you all an update on that.
Come on, cry, baby. Cry for me. Come on. Cry.
On today's episode, I'm going to be sharing an edition of This Day in Diet History. We're going to be jumping back into 2009. A few moments ago when I told you, 90 pounds overweight. We're going to look at my diet back then, compare it to today's, and I'm also going to share a special Christmas recipe that you are not going to want to miss. So let's jump right into it and celebrate Christmas in style. It's time to wise up.
It's the real deal. Look at that. All the way from the North Pole.
For this edition of This Day in Diet History, we're going back in time 11 years to 2009, Christmas Eve. I was 200 pounds, already down from 270. I had already lost 70 pounds, and I did that strictly through calorie counting and diet journaling. I wasn't paying attention to the foods I was eating or looking at ingredient lists. I was strictly counting calories, which today I would tell you is not the way to go. You really want to focus on nutrient quality first, but calorie counting did help me a lot back then. I mean, it helped me lose 90 pounds and really get me started on my weight loss journey, or get me started on my fitness journey, really. But I was too focused on weight loss back then. I should have been focused more on getting stronger, taking in quality nutrients, and really building my body up that way.
What a champion!
So we'll take a look at my diet from then and compare with today. So breakfast was eggs, toast, and banana. And I would not scoff at that today. That's something that I would have today, but it's just two totally different things, right? In 2009, the eggs I was eating, 99 cents a dozen, the worst possible eggs that you could buy back then. And I'm a huge fan of eggs. They're high in protein and vitamins and minerals. They're so super good for you. They raise your good cholesterol, lower your bad cholesterol. Today, I'm having pasture-raised organic eggs, and they're a little bit more pricey, but think about the fuel you're putting in your body. Your body is a filter for everything you're putting into it, food, water. So why would you not want to put the highest quality stuff in there?
I hate meatloaf.
The factory farming is horrible. Chickens are fed a steady diet of GMO grains and soy and corn, and they don't get to go outside. They're trapped in these cages. I mean, it's a bad situation there. And so if you're buying pasture-raised, the chickens get to go outside and do all that stuff. And if you're buying organic, they're fed a organic diet, non-GMO, and all that nutrition that the chicken is getting is being transferred over to you. 2009, I'm eating the worst possible quality eggs, toast and banana. Toast had to have been some kind of white flour enriched wheat bread, which is horrible for you, spikes your blood sugar. Today's toast is Ezekiel bread. I'm a huge fan of that. It took a while to get used to it. It's kind of bland, but it's sprouted grain bread, which sprouted grains are amazing for you. They unlock so much good nutrition, and it's just night and day from any white bread or even wheat flour. You want whole wheat flour, not wheat flour. Wheat flour is basically white flour. So, two totally different things. Toast in 2009 and toast in 2020, totally different.
Carbs, baby. Ooh.
Obviously, a banana is a banana. I'll rock with a banana all day, every day. We love frozen bananas out of the freezer. I've talked about that before. Throw them in my smoothies. They make the best smoothies you will ever have. Take a banana and chop it up into chunks and throw it in the freezer, and let me know how your life is after that.
This place is going bananas.
So for lunch on Christmas Eve back then was a lasagna dinner, which is funny. I'm not a big lasagna fan, and now that we're on the healthy side, I haven't had lasagna in years. Back then, it was obviously some sort of, white flour pasta and some non-organic cheese, some sauce that was probably loaded with sugar and inflammatory oils. So if we were going to roll with some lasagna today, we would rock with the healthy recipe with some whole wheat pasta for that, some organic dairy, 100%, because the dairy situation, if you're not having organic dairy well-sourced, you might as well not even have it, because it is loaded with a lot of bad stuff, antibiotics, and just it's a lot of toxic ingredients. I'll put a lot of information in the show notes about that if you want to read more.
Take the Holy Spirit.
Crab rangoons and dessert, whatever dessert was. Crab rangoons, obviously Chinese, is a staple for Christmas time. But again, I used to eat Chinese all the time. It was like I would buy Chinese for 3 or 4 days, and that would be my staple of meals for 3 or 4 days at a time. So bad for you, loaded with MSG, sodium, just a lot of really bad oils, high fructose corn syrup if you're using any of the sauces. It's just bad stuff. Everybody probably knows that already. So I don't really roll with the Chinese food anymore. We make an awesome curry baked chicken recipe that I got from Dolce. Amazing. And you make that with some white jasmine rice, and that's like sweet and sour chicken to me. That's Chinese food for me these days. Finally, for my snack for Christmas Eve of 2009 was a boatload of alcohol, which if you're boozing it up in Christmas, I get it, but these days I don't. I've been sober since January 12th of this year.
What advice can you give to those that are going to drink alcohol and eat bad with Christmas coming up? Why? What advice can I give to someone who already decides to poison themselves?
Wasn't really planned. I had my last drink then, and I don't know. It wasn't like I was an alcoholic and I needed to change my ways. I just read that book, How to Quit Drinking Without Willpower, and it really changed my mindset. And plus, COVID helped. The lack of social interactions helped the not drinking. But, yep, haven't been having any alcohol, and I really, sometimes I do miss it. I love that. I love my craft beers here and there, but I love my life outside of alcohol so much better. The energy levels, just everything in general. I feel like I'm making better gains. I'm happier in general. I don't need that stuff to be social, but not to say that I'm going to quit forever. I'm not saying that entirely. I'll reserve that right, but for now, it's working for me great, and I would encourage you to, during this time off, your Christmas break, don't waste it just getting drunk every day and eating junk food all the time like I was back then. Use this time to do something productive, be more active, go for more walks, even though it's freezing and snowy outside.
You got Christmas parties, you got holidays, you got all the BS, all the excuses to turn you into a lesser version of yourself.
work on something that you're passionate about. What's that thing that drives you outside of your normal job that you're really excited about? Do some writing or, journaling, of course, and any of that good stuff. Just work on something for you, and don't spend your whole Christmas season just poisoning yourself, because you're going to wake up on January 1st and be like, oh, here we go again.
We're going to hit January 1st with momentum. We're going to finish this year at our very best.
That's going to do it for this day in diet history. I will post the full week of my meals back in 2009 over on the website, wise-eats.com/episode 36. I'm not going to go over the whole thing. Spoiler alert. On Christmas Day, I had another alcohol binge with pizza, and then I fell off the map, and I didn't even journal the rest of the weekend. So that was a bad weekend for me. Just alcohol, junk food over and over again. So don't let that be you in 2020, please. But do what you got to do. I get it.
It's good.
Our recipe of the week is the almond flour chocolate chip cookies. Santa is going to love this one. We have half a cup of grass-fed butter, a quarter cup of coconut oil, a third of a cup of coconut sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 large eggs, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, half teaspoon of sea salt, 3 cups of blanched almond flour, 1 1/4 cup of chocolate chips. To start off, we preheat the oven to 350 degrees, line a baking sheet with parchment paper, or we use coconut oil to just grease the pan. Cream together butter, coconut oil, and sugar, and I really hope you guys have a better mixer than I do, but what I have, it did get the job done. I got to step my game up in the baking section. We need a good mixer if we're going to be baking. But anyway, whatever you have to get the job done, get that butter, coconut oil, and sugar mixed up. Then mix in vanilla extract and eggs, baking soda, and salt. Mix that all together. Then you want to add 1 cup of almond flour at a time. Mix that up. Fold in your chocolate chips with a wooden spoon. Then form the dough into tablespoon rounds and place on a baking sheet 3 inches apart. And for the video shoot, I made my dough rounds too big, so the cookies all baked together. But hey, a bigger cookie's not the end of the world. Santa's not mad.
What is this?
Santa. That's right. Yeah, give me
What
something.
is this?
We'll both get
This
something.
is great.
Merry Christmas.
So anyway, you bake them 10 to 13 minutes. I baked them for 10. They were kind of undercooked. I wasn't mad about that. They were good. So I think 11 to 13 minutes is the sweet spot for that. For calories, 1 cookie weighing 28 grams is approximately 163 calories, 13 grams of fat, 3.1 grams of protein, and 11 grams of carbs.
I can eat a cookie if I want to without guilt.
And this recipe, keep in mind, it is high in sugar. It's coconut sugar, which it's got a little bit more nutrients in it than white sugar, and it comes from the coconut palm sap, which I think is pretty cool, and it's not just regular sugar, but it is sugar at the end of the day, and each cookie has probably like 10 grams of sugar. I hate to even tell you that. We do a 1-for-1 replacement with the monk fruit stevia extract or powder that we get from Costco. It's phenomenal, and it's super sweet, and you do want to limit your use of these other sweeteners as well, but I think they're a good replacement for sugar. The coconut oil, we use organic virgin from Costco. The butter that we use, grass-fed Kerrygold butter. That's an amazing butter, and it's not too hard on the pocketbook. Organic eggs. Of course, I already talked about that in this day in diet history. Almond flour, it's a much healthier alternative to the enriched white flours that you typically see in chocolate chip cookies. So that's super good for you. And the chocolate chips that we use are Bake Believe chocolate chips. These are sugar-free, non-GMO chocolate chips that we get from Costco. And the ingredient list on them is so good. I'm going to dive more into all the health benefits of the ingredients of this recipe on the website. So if you want more, check it out.
His next stop, I hope, is Beverly Hills and my house, because I deserve a lot of goodies.
Santa's going to love them. You're going to love them. So get over to the website if you want to see the full recipe, all the nutrition facts, all the health benefits of all the ingredients that we're using, and a whole bunch more over at wise-eats.com/cookies.
Now I'll have a little eggnog, listen to a few holiday tunes, and wait for Santa Claus to come.
So that's going to do it for a special Christmas edition of the Wise Eats podcast. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. Lots of Christmas music, lots of Christmas movies, lights, and a lot of good times with friends and family. I hope you enjoyed this episode and got some stuff out of it. The full episode show notes are available at wise-eats.com/episode 36. I appreciate you liking the video, subscribing on YouTube, leaving a comment on iTunes. I need some more of those. I want some iTunes reviews and comments on YouTube for Christmas. But anyway, thanks a lot for listening and watching. Have a great day. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy end of 2020. We're getting into 2021, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting over the hump. Hopefully there's not a worse year on the other side of that hump. So be good to yourself, be good to others, and make wise choices. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Well, ho, 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 wise guys and gals. And Santa's helper, Wes Wise. And we've got another special oh, man.
Ho, ho, ho!
The decorations are bright, the Christmas music is playing, and the eggnog is not pouring because it's too high in sugar. But that's okay because we're making wise choices for the holidays. Christmas spirit.
This is a lamp.
And I did that.
You used up all the glue on purpose.
Get off that non-organic dairy. I can't even be mad at bananas. Love me some bananas. 2009, 2010, 11. Love bananas.
Wait a minute!
2020. Bananas all day.
You shorten over them nipple!
YouTube, can you please just pull the plug on this whole thing? God, save us all. I gotta get out of here. Santa needs help with the sleigh, needs help with the presents. I'm gone. I'll see you.